Welcome to the Mundus Fractura Lore Guide. This week on Lore Guide, we will take a brief look at a region of the West Coast known as the Plentiful Empty. The Plentiful Empty, or Nog Tomt, as it is known to the elves, is a vast mixed wood and pasture land along the northern border of the region. This expansive stretch acts as a kind of natural purification system, filtering out the toxins of NARRATION in the north and protecting the lands to the south. To a newcomer or casual passerby, the area seems to be incredibly beautiful and fertile. Lush tracts of sweet grass, towering trees, and monolithic fungal structures grow in such hypnotic color combinations as to be unparalleled in even the dream realms of Somnium. The air is said to be moist and rich with a layered and complex yet subtle perfume, and the ground of both the fields and forest are that of softest pillows. The dwarves of the West Coast claim that the ground is so comfortable and opulent that even the most blackened, cracked-soled and gnarled yellow toenails of an elderly ogre would find themselves softer and healthier than the flesh of a newborn's buttocks after a week of roaming these lands. Though it should be noted that the dwarves also provide a caveat to this assertion. For all its beauty and perceived opulence, these lands are all but a wasteland in disguise. The flora, fauna, and fungi are each insalubrious to the greater population of Mundus. Long millennia of exposure to the foul excretions of NARRATION has twisted the life of Nog Tomt, making every denizen, from the smallest woodlouse to the titanic fungi known as the Svepur titanisk, inedible. Nutritionally useless due to toxicity, lack of digestible nutrients, or in other, more unexpected ways. It is well known in the areas which border the Plentiful Empty that should you enter, be sure to bring with you provisions enough to last your stay. Further, one should avoid touching or having one's provisions touch any living thing. Much of the biology of the region is known to either poison or even leach nutrients on contact. As a quick related aside, there is a phenomenon on Earth known as rabbit starvation syndrome, also known as protein poisoning or mal de caribou, which is a type of malnutrition that occurs when someone consumes too much protein and not enough fat and carbohydrates. The Plentiful Empty is named in part for a similar effect. Flora, fauna, and fungi of the area are so nutrient poor that it is common to find interloping non-native animal life dead of starvation, with stomachs full to bursting. Though, strangely, these lands thrum with native animal life, brimming with creatures of all shapes and sizes, including a prosperous civilization of pixies. The native plant, animal, and fungal species having evolved to not only survive, but actually thrive in the toxic and seemingly nutrient-poor environment, boasting truly fantastical animal life that can be found nowhere else on the planet. I'm sure by now the words, "Why do I care?" are on the tip of your tongue. Why would one choose to go to such a horrid place? You care due to one very long dwarven word. Regenbogeneier, literally translated as rainbow eggs in the common tongue. Regenbogeneier are living gems, biologically created, classified as necrofauna, an exceedingly rare, near unknown, and entirely enigmatic form of life, mined by the bold and the foolish. In my research, I have not been able to find a visual reference for the gems. However, my sources in the Dwarven archives, who do not wish to be named here, say that Regenbogeneier range in size from that of a pearl to as large as grapefruit, that they are exceedingly beautiful, swirling semi-transparent, pearlescent gems. It is said that a single gem, the size of a pearl, is worth enough to support a family of 10 for life. These legendary treasures can only be found in the top meter of the ground of Nog Tomt. The mining techniques required to locate and harvest the gems successfully are a closely guarded secret, and even when they can be found, they boast a successful extraction rate of only a fraction of a percent. They are coveted by dwarven divine weave practitioners and the diminutive sentient species known as ASEAN from across the planet, who will pay a queen's ransom for them. Though these gems have been harvested for nearly 4,000 years, their uses remain unknown to all but the highest-ranking dwarven priests and senior master ASEAN craftspeople. That is all for this time. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for future lore guides, and thank you for listening. Goodbye for now.